She was once the doyen of daytime TV and, of course, famous for adding up a few numbers on the daytime TV quiz show Countdown, alongside the much-loved Richard Whiteley. But now it would appear that the, well, difficult, some people might suggest, Carol Vorderman has now become literally too toxic for TV. As ever, let me explain. Morning, nice to see you. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's a funny thing, isn't it, the world that we live in? So we'll have a lovely wave. It's a funny thing that we live in, because as I've said to you before, television is a very hard game now in this particular climate because it's all about revenue, advertising, money, ratings. And the traditional television that you and I grow up upon, it's not really there. People don't want to watch it in the same way. And why should they if they can watch things on their phone when they want? But of course, this is Carol Vorderman, if you remember, that demanded £1 million a year from the then Channel 4 makers of Countdown because she believed she was worth it, and they rejected her. So has always had a very high level of importance of herself, right? But of recent times, Carol has completely changed, literally in all directions. When I met her many years ago at Yorkshire TV, she was, shall we say, a difficult soul, to be put it mildly. She had a very inflated opinion of herself and had a wonderful backstory about living in a car with her mother and, yes, they're lovely stories, right? And she made absolute millions through all sorts of revenue streams, including loan sharks, some people suggest, right? But now things have taken a turn for the worst. You see, Carol recently had to, shall we say, step back from her weekly LBC radio show just under a year ago now, seemingly because she was suffering from burnout. Others suggest it was a different matter, a little bit, shall we say, difficult to deal with. Because Carol, if you remember, had become very political, even setting up a tactical voting website to get out the Conservative Party, which was then headed by the Right Honourable Rishi Sunak. But in previous times, do not forget, Carol loved the Conservative Party. In fact, happy to be pictured at incentives with the then British Prime Minister, the Right Honourable David Cameron. So you get the picture, right? Now, here's where this gets really interesting because Carol of late has had to disappear. She's toned down the hair and seemingly left off some of the other facial structures and now has popped up again on Channel 5, one of the least watched channels in the United Kingdom. And this is because she's managed to grab some work as some kind of panellist on a quiz show. But here's where this gets very tricky because you'll remember during, of course, all of the political debate that Carol decided to push hard with, including writing a book and appearing in anything that would have her to trash the government of the day. Now she's come out and said that Keir Starmer is not the right leader. Now, this is a woman where you're supposed to believe has got intelligence, brains, and all of that. She guided people into this rhetoric, this thinking. And now what she's trying to do along with her people is to push all of that aside. Oh no, Carol's agreement with you, we've got it wrong. Now it's interesting to note that this particular, and this is where I find this fascinating about television, right, chumps? You see, Carol has appeared on many shows over the years. Many shows. I'm a Celebrity, Strictly Come Dancing, Loose Women, where she was a host, Good Morning Britain, Lorraine, all of that sort of stuff. You'll notice while doing the rounds of this new quiz show to help promote it for Channel 5, only Channel 5 have booked her on the Little Watch Jeremy Vine daytime TV show, of which he's the host of the quiz show, so you understand how that works, and Channel 5 News. Say Loose Women, no, seemingly can't squeeze her in. Good Morning Britain, a little bit busy. It's not, it's dead. So you understand that once again, you're looking at a person that literally, as many people are now suggesting, has become simply too toxic for TV. And that's because when she's been on things like This Morning, where she was a newspaper reviewer, she would say things that became rather alarmist and worrying, allegedly, for the team in production. They were worried about legalities and attachments to that. Now, what I would say to you is this, you have to make your own mind up. But these celebrities that suddenly want you to forget everything they've said before, and it's a bit like Barbara Streisand and Cher claiming they're going to leave the United States of America the moment Trump gets in power. Well, they're still there. And for many people who believe them and decided to go down their political belief, well, that's your option. But celebrities openly lie. And it appears that somebody like Carol Vorderman is seemingly now no different. Apologies or no apologies. I'd love to know what you think to this particular story on La Vorderman in the comments below. And if you can, please like and share. Neil Shaw in Kensington, London.